Communication Error.
Welcome to episode 95 of Communication Error, a gaming debate podcast where we may not always agree, but if we listen to what one another has to say, maybe we'll be able to fix our communication error. I'm one of your hosts, Cheesy, and the man who brought a live chicken to the theater to see the Minecraft movie, Johnny Ebo. How are you doing?
Nobody was supposed to know about that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that was supposed to be between us.
Okay, so real talk, I'm too old to understand these Minecraft memes, okay?
Okay.
I don't know what a chicken jockey is. Well, actually, no, I do know what it is.
Uh-huh.
I looked it up.
Okay.
But I don't know, I don't get the meme. Apparently, it's like a super low spawn rate thing in Minecraft.
So it's like if we saw a shiny Pokemon.
Yeah, but like
movie.
way more rare than that.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought you were going to make fun of me if I asked what it was because I've never played Minecraft.
I mean, I've played Minecraft, but I never really got into it. I think it was like a generation. I'm probably a generation too old, or maybe even two generations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I don't honestly get the hype. Like, it's just, maybe I'm just not creative enough in that way.
I think that's what my problem is like, maybe we'll talk about this a little later, but I don't like games that you have to build. If I have to build stuff, like, that is not enjoyable to me. But Donkey Kong, on the other hand, Bonanza, where you're breaking stuff down, that is my kind of game.
Well, so in Tears of the Kingdom, they had, you could build all your mechanisms, and people were making like these ridiculous contraptions. I just make, a very simple raft with or like a very simple car. Like I'm like, that isn't what made that game fun for me, or like what interested me in that game. I just did what I had to do, and then that was it. Like I don't like building. Yeah, I guess I don't have that kind of creative brain.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like the next Ford in making something in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm just happy if like my little caveman brain made a wheel work correctly.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I want to address the elephant in the room. We've been gone for a month, and I want to thank.
We have?
Almost. Yeah, I think this will be like a month when we.
God.
So sorry about our last topic was about mobile gaming. We're not doing the follow up to the.
Funny to think that like we did a thing on mobile gaming and it like broke us, that we had to take some time off.
No, I blame it on me. Is because I was in the middle of tax season. Tax season is finally over, and I got a lot of things. Oh, dude, I'm so excited for these next couple months. Like, it's gonna be awesome. I have. Well, end of tax season, and then there's Mario Kart Lego coming out in a month. I like that set. Then I'm going to Epic Universe at the end of May, which has like Super Nintendo World.
Yeah,
and then the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out.
Yeah, it's a lot of good things.
So it's gonna be fun 2 months.
Some of those things are happening to other people as well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like. it's gonna be fun for me in the next 2 months.
Yeah.
These past 2.5 months have been rough and brutal. Now it's gonna be better. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I would ask you what you've been up to, but you pretty much have said just taxes, numbers, and
yeah, pretty much.
Do you dream about, like, they always say count sheep if you need to fall asleep? Are you counting sheep and then adding more to it and then divide, or like whatever it is that you have to do?
No, I don't know. I don't sleep very much during busy season. Like, it's weird. Like, the last couple weeks, like, I'm working, until these ungodly hours, and then I just try to go to sleep right away and then get up and do it again. It sucks.
It's very funny. I recently picked up Duolingo again because I was like, I think it would be good for me to learn another language. So I'm learning Spanish and Japanese, trying to do both of them. But then they also added math. And I was like, well, Johnny is busy with taxes. I am over here like, do I even remember how to math?
I don't even remember how to math.
That's scary. We should probably move on
But
before you get
no,
fired
I
from your
mean,
job.
like it's not math. We
I mean,
It's
what do you mean by
numbers,
that?
and there's like
Yeah,
I don't really do the math. The program does the
you
math.
yeah, but you sound so pretentious right now where you're like, it's not math, it's just numbers.
I don't know. I just hopefully calculator is backwards compatible. All right. I think that's long enough. Server maintenance. Leave
Yes.
5-star reviews. We haven't got one since we took our break. I wonder why. Probably because we haven't had a new
How
episode.
come you guys didn't give us a 5-star review while we were gone?
Yeah, so leave 5-star reviews on Apple, Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave comments. I think this one will have some good comments from the community. Join the Discord. So, yeah, that's it.
Well, I mean, you kind of already teased it, but what are we talking about this week?
We are talking about how bad Nintendo is fumbling the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oof. If I had some kind of noise, I think it would be like,
Yeah, I was listening to Drip and G podcast. You should definitely listen to at least the last episode because Drip was able to go to the New York experience for the Nintendo
cool.
Switch 2, and they talk about that. So definitely check out Drip and G. They acknowledge my comment, so I feel special. We'll get into it as well. But yeah, we're talking about how Nintendo is fumbling the Nintendo Switch 2. All right. So, and what I mean by that, I'm still excited for the Nintendo Switch 2, and everything looks great for the Nintendo Switch 2, but there's one giant dark cloud over everything.
Oh my God. This isn't
no
that
3D
big of a
Mario.
deal.
What the heck?
Come on.
No, seriously though, everything looks great except for the pricing. Like,
Yeah.
So, all right.
I go back and forth on it, to be honest. I don't think it's as bad as what people are making it out to be, but I completely understand why others are upset.
Chill. Lick the boot.
Dude, you're buying everything day one.
No, I agree that I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. I really don't think the pricing for the system is bad. Like $450. Sure, yeah. Would I want it $399? Yeah. Would I like that would have been probably the ideal pricing?
I think it's gonna be that.
I really don't think I don't think they're gonna backtrack.
I think they are.
I mean, I think they're having internal meetings and are like, should we?
Okay, so what are those internal meetings then?
I don't know. So, oh my God. When was the reveal?
That,
The reveal
if
was
it's
what?
Not that, then what are they talking about?
No, they're definitely talking about that. But they're probably trying to be like, should we? Or like, is this going to be worse for us? When did the reveal happen? A week and a half ago?
Yeah, last Wednesday.
Two Wednesdays ago.
Is that right? Oh yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
And they have been very quiet since, like,
Yes.
in relation to that, into the pricing, except for some weird interviews with Doug Bowser, and like that dude's awful, man. They like he is bad as a PR. They need a PR rep or something. Like he's coming out saying, if you can't afford it, buy a Switch 1. It's just what like Xbox did back when Xbox One came out, and they said like something like, if you can't be connected to the internet all the time, just buy a 360. And then same with like Sony back in the PlayStation 3 days when they're like, get a second job. That's how it feels to me. And I don't understand how they could know these things happened and still do what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not supporting them fully with the way that they revealed everything. I think the 450 price, like you said, is not that bad. It is more expensive than what we thought it was going to be, and that's just the base model, right? If you want the bundle, then it's 500.
Yeah.
And I think with what they're saying that the Switch 2 can do, it kind of makes sense to me as a family company, and like you want families to buy your product. It probably isn't the best price point. Um, but if you are going to deliver on the games, then and the performance, then I think it is time for Nintendo to kind of get to that price point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad price point. I don't think it's a good price point for
Yeah.
casual fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we're on the side of the internet that it was rough for Nintendo. Like that first or that week. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still pretty bad, but like they when you watch, I don't know if you watched the Treehouse.
I was just gonna mention it. Like, I don't think anyone was talking about their games during Treehouse.
Yeah, every comment, drop the price, drop the price, drop the price.
There were some that were saying, make the price higher.
Yeah, as a joke.
I know, but
They're
like,
like, actually, I think it should be more expensive. I think Mario
yeah,
Kart should be $100, not. So I think what they didn't get out in front of this thing, right? They had their whole direct. They showed
mm-hmm.
everything, and then
Mm-hmm.
they didn't show the price in the direct,
Yeah,
which I
for
thought was
anything,
odd. Which I
anything.
Yeah, they didn't show the price for anything. They didn't show the price for Mario Kart. They didn't show the price for anything. Welcome Tour. They said
Which,
it was going to be a paid title, but
yeah, that's the only one that we knew some kind of price that it wasn't going to be free.
I wonder if
But
they I
like,
wonder if they did it that way just in case they were going to change the prices. Like if you have
mm,
this direct
yeah,
out there and it
yeah,
says 450, then like you can't really change that, but if you have come out later saying, "Hey, it's actually 400."
yeah.
I don't know. Like I'll be really interested to see if they do drop it. I'll be interested to see if they say anything this week. I mean, they delayed the pre-orders. The tariffs are off.
Yeah,
So,
90-day pause when we could have ordered that day,
yeah.
but
So what's
then
happening?
they paused them. So, yeah, again, man, I think they have to be talking about it. They pissed so many people off with that price point, and with how well the Switch did, you were gonna lose so many people from buying the Switch too.
Yeah. I It will not be successful if they keep it at 450
Now,
and
here's
the
the real
game's at
argument.
80.
That's what I was gonna say. Here's the real argument: is are people upset about the price point of the console, or are they upset that Mario Kart World is gonna cost $80?
I think it's a combination. Well, I think if Mario Kart didn't cost $80, if it cost $70 and the console was 450, I don't think people would have been as upset. I mean, ideally it would have been 399 and the games would be $70.
Mm-hmm.
But $80 to just like come out with no real explanation as to why, like they're charging $80 for it. They
So
just
I kind of think we're gonna find out in this direct. There is a Mario Kart Direct coming out this week, and they are going to show us more about the game. I'm pretty excited about free roam. It's not just driving around on pavement. Like they show parts where you're jet skiing out on the sea. You know, like I want to know all of the different places that I can go, some of the things I'm going to be discovering. Now, is that an $80 price point? I don't know.
here's
I
my
guess,
here's my thing though. Like Mario Kart, we've been playing Mario Kart 8 for 10 years, right?
yeah, yeah.
I've put hundreds, if not thousands, of hours into that game.
Hmm.
Like Mario Kart Tour is going to be worth $80, no matter what they show.
World,
World, yeah, yeah. Mario Kart
not
World will be
tour.
worth what I said. Tour.
Yeah.
Oh god, Mario Kart Tour is not worth $80. Mario Kart World will be worth $80 no matter what they show. But I think people are afraid of the precedent that it will set. Now we know the other game. We know Donkey Kong is not 80; it's 70.
Mhm.
But what other game? Well, we also know Kirby Forgotten Land with the DLC is $80. And
Yes. I think okay, we've had some conversations about this off uh stream, but like I don't understand why you're so upset about that.
this
It's a
Kirby
$60
sucks.
it's a $60 game. That game is great. I don't know what you're
So
talking about. That game is so good.
it's not that it's all right. So it's not that it's weird that you're okay with this when you didn't want deluxe versions of games, because deluxe versions added
Mhm.
content but didn't up the price. So like 3D Mario, or I don't even that's not a deluxe, but like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe added content but didn't increase the price. It was still 60.
Uh like what is a good example that you're trying to make with the deluxe line?
Mario
Because
Kart
to
8,
me,
Pokken Tournament Deluxe, they added content, did not charge more than 60.
they added content, but it wasn't like DLC. It wasn't adding a whole nother part of like the story campaign.
But I mean, all right, so 3D World,
I'll give you Mario Kart 8 though, because
Mario
they
Kart 8,
eventually
3D World didn't have the deluxe tag, but it
yeah.
added a whole new it added Bowser's Fury, and it was still
Mhm.
only 60. It didn't increase the price.
Mhm.
Kirby is 3 years old now. And you're charging $60 for the base game and then another 20 for DLC. What they should have
Okay.
done is they should have dropped the base game's price to 40 and then you pay the $20 for DLC.
Okay, here's the way that I see it. The deluxe line was for the Wii U, a console that a lot of people didn't have. So they brought those games over to the Switch, a very successful console. Now you have people that have bought the Switch games and they are adding DLC to it. So if you already have the game, then it's just $20 to buy the extra content that they've put into it. Not just like adding characters here and there. It's like another campaign.
Yeah, but it's if you don't have it already, if you don't have Kirby and the Forgotten Land already, you have to
Mhm.
pay $80 for it, which is dumb. Same with Mario Party Jamboree, that's $80. That's ridiculous. Like that it should be 60.
So again, because the information on this has been so bad, do you have a choice of buying like if it's the Switch to Mario Kart or not, Mario Party Jamboree? Do you have the option of just playing the base game, or is it you are buying Mario Party Jamboree plus the added content?
Oh, I don't know.
See, that's where I think there's a disconnect there because it's like you don't have to buy the DLC. If they are making you buy the DLC, then I think that's one thing.
I think the Switch
That's
2
totally
version I think the
different.
Switch 2 versions include the DLC. That's maybe I'm wrong, but I think who knows. Hold on. Well, we know that Breath of the Wild does
Hmm.
not include the Switch 2 version does not include the DLC.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, so
They're not adding. Why wouldn't they add that?
I don't know. So if you want the full Breath of the Wild experience on Nintendo Switch 2, you technically have to pay $90 because you pay 60 for the base game, 20 or 10 for the upgrade pack, and then 20 for the DLC. So that's a $90 if you want the full experience. If you don't already own it. Now, like maybe you could make the argument that these upgrade packs are for people that already own the game, I guess.
Yeah,
But
because for
like it's
you,
still
someone that doesn't like Kirby probably isn't going to buy Kirby.
yeah, but there are people that didn't buy Kirby on the Nintendo Switch 1 that
Uh huh.
maybe we're gonna buy it on Nintendo Switch 1 and they're like, oh, I'll just buy it on Nintendo Switch 2. Now they have to pay $80. Well, I guess they could just buy the Switch 1 version, but I don't know. It just feels gross to charge $80 for a 3-year-old game. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look on their website to see
I
if
think the other thing that we should talk about while you're finding that is people saying that they paywalled a button on a controller.
yeah,
I
and they did.
totally I get
You can't
I
use
get
that button if you don't have Nintendo Switch Online. It's clearly it's definitely a paywall.
but it's not unless
Unless it's gonna unless um like Fortnite is free to play, right? So you don't need Nintendo Switch Online. If you could use the chat button with Fortnite without having to pay for Nintendo Switch Online, then that makes
I
sense.
didn't I didn't know that. So if it's free to play, you don't need a Nintendo Switch Online
Yeah, if it's free to play, you don't
membership.
need Nintendo Switch Online.
Didn't know that. So I get what people are saying is that it's paywalled, but at the same time, if you're someone who isn't going online, if you're not hanging out with friends, like you're just playing by yourself, then you're not even going to use that button anyway.
Literally, nobody's gonna use that button anyway.
You're
Even if
muted,
you
which
have
is
Nintendo Switch
fantastic.
Online, nobody's using
You're
that
muted. I can't hear a thing that you are saying.
button. Oh, am I still muted? Hold on.
Apologize. This is really just amateur style right now.
I wasn't muted on OBS, but I was muted on Discord.
Oh, really?
So you couldn't hear me, but I like the listeners will be able to hear me. I don't
That's
even know what I
great.
said. Oh, I said nobody's going to use that chat button anyway. Like, who is going to use Nintendo Switch Online chat? Like, nobody. Just use Discord like a normal person.
So my friends and I, we don't use Discord. We use Instagram because there's like the little like call button on Instagram.
Then use Instagram. Don't use Nintendo Switch 2 chat.
Yeah, I get it.
That's another thing that I wish they spent so much time on that stupid chat function.
With actors who clearly aren't playing the game,
Yeah.
but have to pretend that they are.
So you also, if you want the full functionality, you also have to buy a camera.
Yeah, I'm not buying a camera. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. You'll buy the camera.
I'll buy the camera.
Yeah. I think it's good for like streaming content, but if you're in the house, like no one wants to turn on their camera.
I don't know if
play
you could even like you can't
games.
stream from your.
Can you not?
I guess you would just no because you would still need to record from your computer because I don't think they have Nintendo Switch 2 doesn't have built-in streaming.
Yeah, but you could just use a capture card and then just use your camera on your Switch.
Yeah, I don't know. Why wouldn't you just get like a webcam for your computer?
Exactly.
It's 2025. Like, why did they spend 20 minutes talking about a chat feature that nobody's going to use?
And how new it is, which technically they're not wrong on their end. Like, it's new for them, but
they added a headphone jack to.
Yeah.
I don't know. The messaging for it outside of the games is just awful.
And this wasn't their fault, but I do think also the direct being delayed also did not help anything.
Yeah, and it also froze.
Yeah, it froze. I feel bad for those like developers whose game didn't get to be seen during that time. And the audio
I think it was during Final
games.
Fantasy and Enter the Gungeon, maybe.
And there was like some game where you're playing with your friends and like cutting down trees and stuff like that. I forget what it was, but
all right. So I'm looking on the website right now, looking at the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
Mm-hmm.
And it says the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of a game is a bundle that includes the original game and its upgrade pack, which enhances the game to take advantage of the capabilities of the Nintendo Switch 2 system, available only for select games. So, if you buy the Nintendo Switch 2 version, I think you get the upgrade pack and the base game. I don't think you could just buy like the Nintendo Switch 2 version without the
Ooh,
DLC.
I don't like that. But again, I think it's more. God, this is so tough because if you already have, like, if I already have Kirby, then I'm just able to download
Yeah,
the.
you pay 20.
So this is just for new people.
Yeah.
It still is really pricey, though. I agree with you. Like, I don't think that's smart. It's so interesting going back and like thinking about our conversation on $80 games or are video games going to cost more? Because we did that pretty recently with GTA. Like there were a lot of rumors that GTA is going to be the first $80 game, maybe even more than that. And then here's Nintendo actually doing what we all thought they weren't going to do. And now they have popped open the can of worms.
Yeah. So now everything's going to follow suit.
Yeah.
Like GTA is easily going to be 80, 90, $100 probably.
Yeah.
And now all of like PlayStation just announced an increase for their
Saw that.
system, but I don't think it's in the US that I know of.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yet.
Yet. Yeah, depending on. They made this so confusing too. So already have
I
the
think
game on Nintendo Switch. You already have the Nintendo Switch version of the game in either physical or digital form. You can upgrade the Nintendo Switch 2 version by purchasing the upgrade pack.
yeah. I think you may be right. Is like they've had to do a lot of dancing around the conversation of what is happening right now and couldn't really give a lot of clear information just because things are just so uncertain.
Yeah, but then they came out and said that the pricing didn't have anything to do with the tariffs.
That's true. Yeah.
So I can't imagine if, there's still a tariff on everything, right? I think there's like a 10% tariff on everything unless
And
it's
then if you're China, it's like
yeah, the 100 and
134 or something like that. Maybe it's more than that, but it's uh the Switch 2 release is delayed indefinitely
in China.
in China. Yeah.
Yeah. So what they have to do, they should have announced the pre-orders like the day the tariffs went away.
Hmm.
Because I mean, 90 days, you're going to want everybody to get there to buy it like day 1 because
Hmm.
90 days is in what, July or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if they would have said that they adjust these prices are because of the potential tariff situation, it would have been much easier to swallow. But now that they're saying that it wasn't, that these were pre-tariff prices,
Hmm.
like if these tariffs go into effect, like a more like even a 10% tariff, like are they
Yeah.
going to up it $50 to make it 500 for the base model or for the standard non-bundle?
Yeah, I think that you're right. Um Give me a second. I think I got man, I feel a sneeze coming on. And then as I was about to mute myself, it went away. But anyway, um, I think you're right. Like if they would have made Mario Kart $70 and then that tour game, whatever it is, a pack in, maybe people would be more acceptable to what Nintendo is putting out. But right now, again, I think we will see what is going to make this an $80 game in their direct. Hopefully, like you put out enough information, enough visuals, enough like, okay, yes, this makes sense why it's $80.
I
Because
don't think anybody is gonna say. I mean, I made a tweet like the day of the announcement, and it went off. Like I just said, let's be real, Mario Kart World is gonna be worth $80,
mhm,
and it got like 2 million views on Twitter. I never get like that much on Twitter, and people are not happy. They're like, no game is ever worth $80. A nothing. It's just a cart game. It's definitely not going to be worth $80. So I don't know. $80. It's hard to swallow. I think they, they're trying to get people to buy the bundle because then you only have to pay $50 instead of 80.
Yeah, which
So
I'm the sucker that's gonna pay 80 because there's still physical games, even though they are kind of going away from it. They're still existing, and I don't know. I'm just buying it physically.
yeah, I mean I don't think it's. I think they'll. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like they got cocky. They got a little too big for their britches, and they thought they could get away with anything, and now they're finding out that that might not be the case.
Here's the thing, Johnny. I think they are. I think they are going to get away with it.
I don't think so. Like, of course, there are people like us that are gonna buy it no matter what, right? And it's got there's at least 13 million of us, like I
Mhm.
say, because of the Wii U. So they'll get that. They'll get the diehard fans to buy it, but I don't know if they'll get anybody outside the diehard fans to buy it because the press is so bad right now.
Mhm.
It's so bad. I've actually never seen like backlash like this before.
Oh, I'm sure we could think of bad press. Firefest.
Yeah, in the video game industry, like, oh, I could be wrong though because back when they released the 3DS, they dropped the price,
Yeah, they
but
did.
that was post release though, so they might get us
And
suckers with
you were part of the ambassador program,
yeah, I got my little
and
certificate
and
and
you got some
my
free games.
my free games that are worth $2 probably.
Hmm.
So yeah, maybe they'll do that again. It sucks though because I'm excited. Like watching that direct, I was very excited for a lot of the things in there,
Hmm.
and I think Mario Kart looks fantastic. I've been watching a lot of like treehouse footage, a lot of stuff that's coming out of the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. That game
Yeah,
looks incredible. There's something that I just saw today where if a blue shell hits in the water, it creates like a wave, like a wave of
that's cool.
water, and then you
Uh-huh.
could like ramp off of it.
Yeah,
Like that stuff is like the physics in that game might be awesome.
yeah. There's like grinding, wall jumping. There's weather effects, and these are the things that we know of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Like
free roam is going to be way more than what people are saying it is. Like there's no way
I
it's
think
just going to be empty world.
no. I think there will be quests and things that you have to collect. You'll find little hidden areas that will be like so memorable. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the multiplayer aspect of it too. Is like you and your friends are just going on a road trip,
Yeah.
just driving the open road,
And you can turn your
seeing where it
camera
takes you.
on,
You can,
play in sub 20 FPS.
yeah,
I don't know why they showed that because it made it look awful.
yeah. It
Like
didn't look very good.
the resolution was really bad when
Yeah,
they had the cameras on. Ugh, not a good choice. But the even the specs of this system, like they sound good. Playing 120 FPS is gonna be awesome.
mhm,
Uh, Drip was saying the screen looks really good. A lot of people are worried that since it's an LCD screen that it's not going to look good, but he said that's not the case with
mhm.
like the HDR lighting and everything. Like I'm pumped for this thing. If it does flop like the Wii U, I mean, okay, I'll still enjoy it. I'll still get my enjoyment out of it. And Nintendo's a huge company that it wouldn't cause them to go out of business, so they'll just do the
Yeah.
next thing.
I think Nintendo is too big nowadays to flop. And I think that they already have that kind of mindset. They're making movies, they're making theme parks. They had Animal Crossing, which was huge for the during the pandemic. Not that they, predicted that or, had any control of that, but it just came out at the right time. They have Breath of the Wild that really changed things around. They have Mario Odyssey that was a great Mario game. Um, there's so many other examples and how they have changed what they have done in the past. Like we're seeing it with Donkey Kong. This is a Donkey Kong game. Like if you've never played Donkey Kong before, this is going to be a great entry. And even if you have played Donkey Kong, it looks like they are throwing in some of the old things that you loved about the games, but this is a whole new take, whole new character. I mean, like just new design, you know. And I don't know, man. I do think that it's going to be more successful than you think. I think the $80 price tag, yeah, it's expensive for Mario Kart, but there's a reason why Mario Kart 8 has sold so much. It's been the top selling Switch game for how many years now? 8? Like I don't think it ever I don't think there was ever a number 1 game that beat Mario Kart.
Oh, you mean just like overall number one?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's been the top selling game since it came out. I don't know. I just think they're gonna take one on the chin. They're gonna take one on the chin, and it's gonna. They think they're too big to flop or whatever, too big to fail. I just these companies get humbled all
I
the
think they're going to
time.
take one on the chin by lowering the price.
If they lower the price, like now,
Mm-hmm.
would say they come out on Thursday after the direct, say, hey, pre-orders are live. It's going to be $3.99. The game is going to be $69.99. That would be huge for them, but I just don't think they're going to do it.
I see them more dropping the price of the console than I do the game, to be honest.
I don't know, $80. I think they have seen the backlash from that, and I don't know. It's $80.
Okay, look, do you think I've said this on the Nintendo Powercast? I'm gonna say it here because I just want it on the record.
Sorry.
Do you think that people will change their mind about the price if Mario Kart World introduces other Nintendo worlds? Like, is
No,
that the whole gimmick? No?
no, no. People are not going to change their mind on the price at all. Whatever
Would
they have,
people
whatever they
would it
have, like
uh-huh.
all they see, probably people that are not Nintendo fans, or all they see, like the casuals, all they see is it's another Mario Kart game. Is this worth $80 to me? They don't care what's in that game. Like, I think
But
the
what does that mean? It's subjective. And we've had this conversation before. So like I don't want to get too deep into it, but yeah, it's objective.
well,
Like that could be
if you watch the footage, like there's
Mhm.
when you watch the footage of Breath of the Wild compared to all the other Zelda games, yeah, you see it's different. You see that it's something completely unique. When you
Mhm.
watch Mario Kart World compared to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you're like, oh, that's just a slightly prettier Mario Kart. There's nothing that really jumps out at you to say, hey, this is gonna blow my mind. No, because a lot of the courses they've been showing are just remakes of old courses. Like they showed Moo Moo Meadows, they showed what are some they showed other remakes of courses. Like to the non Nintendo shill fanboy, this is just another Mario Kart. It's not anything that special.
What are people looking for these days? I think that's like uh, something that I don't even think people know what they want. If
They
I'm
don't
being
want to pay
honest.
$80. That's what they want. They don't want to pay
Okay,
$80. They don't care what it is.
okay, I get that. If they have to pay $80, what to them makes it worth it?
Probably just the amount of time they get out of it or the amount of enjoyment they get out of it. And
Which
they want to know
as
that
we
until they
know,
buy it.
well, and as we know, they don't even get the time out of it.
But they're people are not going to buy this game at $80. There's no way this game sells 60 million like it did on the Switch 1 at $80. There's no way. no matter what they show on Thursday, it's $80. You're trying to set a new precedent, and I don't think it's gonna work. Because if you look at like PlayStation games or Xbox games, compare them to Nintendo games, and you're like, God of War looks way more incredible than Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
Or Last of Us, looks way more or like more graphically enhanced than Mario Kart. People see Nintendo games as cartoony games that aren't worth premium prices. They never have.
I get that, but who has the more iconic IPs? Who
There's
has the
no
more
way
memorable
$80.
IPs?
There's no way $80 is going to sell it. If they, I mean, I don't know if you've looked at the comments. I think it's pretty telling. Because it's not like if they would have went to $70, everybody would been like, oh yeah, I mean that makes sense. All the games are $70.
Yeah. No, we all thought that it was gonna go $70, especially after Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, and now like the Tears of the Kingdom thing makes a lot more sense. They just did it because they could.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing this Mario Kart thing because they could. Because they're greedy.
It's like the whole Jurassic Park, like your scientists did it because they could, but didn't ask if they should or whatever the line is. Yeah,
exactly. It's like, but did they ask if they? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're bringing back direwolves, so we're we're one
Is that
step
true?
closer.
That's like a real thing.
Yeah, apparently some scientists brought back a direwolf. So,
I mean, I know that there's been rumors of like a woolly mammoth as well. So,
yeah. I don't know if they've never watched Jurassic Park.
I'm feeling good about my caveman brain these days. So if we do go back to those times, I think I'll do pretty well for myself. How do you feel about the gimmick? We already talked about like the price of the console. We talked about the price of the games. What is your thought on all the things that it can do, specifically mouse controls?
The mouse controls, I feel like it didn't show well. Because I feel like they didn't show it for something that would make sense to show it for. Like, I always thought like Mario Maker would have been good. Animal Crossing would have been good to show it for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That Dragon Drive looks bad. And
see, I want to like it so much. It's a new IP. I think it's a cool idea. Great to bring like accessibility into.
Did you see they don't want to name it a wheelchair?
What was that?
They don't want to call it a wheelchair.
What is it?
They're going to call it a vehicle. And it's like, it would have been cool if they were trying to go for accessibility and been like, yeah, this is like a wheelchair basketball game. But no, they're calling it vehicle. Just call it a wheelchair.
Yeah, I guess I don't really have a strong opinion on that. But I also am not in a wheelchair, so maybe there's different.
It's just weird that they're trying to
take on that.
They're trying to like shy away from it when it's clearly what it is. Like, just
my favorite comment that I've seen on it is that it is woke Rocket League.
All right, so I don't know if you watched any of the like actual gameplay, like the Treehouse gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It's so slow. It's so slow.
So here's my thing. Again, I like it. I think it's made by the same developers as ARMS, or at least that's kind of the vibe that I got. I hate the idea of scraping my Joy-Con on a table or like my pant leg, whatever it is. The pant leg thing, they say it works. I don't think that's gonna work as well as
also
they say.
I'm hoping they're selling some mouse pads or like a playmat. Because like I'm gonna ruin my tables.
Yeah, you're ruining the table, you're ruining the Joy-Con, and like the way that you have to move the Joy-Con in certain ways to get your character to like roll across the court. That sounds like a miserable time. Like that is an arm workout that I don't think I need while I'm playing a game. And then it's not like I'm playing or Ring Fit Adventure. It's trying to play a sport game, but
Yeah.
getting way too into it. And then yeah, man, I the mouse controls thing really is not vibing with me. And I know your whole argument is like, well, just get an end table. I don't think you understand you're going to be playing a game and then having your arm out on the end
You don't
table.
put it out. You put the end table in front of you. What are you talking about? You just put it in front of you like a desk.
I guess I don't have it in table. I'm not dragging. No,
Weird.
I'm not going to drag my end
Everybody
table
has
over to
everybody
everyone
has a
everyone has
coffee
done this.
table or an end table or something, a nightstand.
Yeah, but I also want to relax. I'm not going to be. I don't want to sit on the floor
Then don't play
where my
that
coffee
dumb
table
game
is.
then.
No, but just any like if there's any game
So
that is
apparently,
using the
like
mouse controls.
Drip was saying that the mouse controls for Metroid Prime 4 are really good.
Yeah, I mean, I am definitely curious to try it with Metroid. I'm really curious to try it with Splatoon and see how that works because I feel like that is a good example of how the mouse controls would be great. But at the same time, just not buying it yet.
I think they haven't shown it well. I think it's gonna work well for some of these ports of PC games like Civ 7. I think they showed
Yeah,
Civ
for
7.
sure.
It's gonna
Yeah.
work for those games. It's gonna work really well, like those PC games. But like the gimmick game, the Dragon Drive. Also, how much is that? How much is that gonna cost? If that's a $70 game,
That's not
get
gonna be
out of
well.
here.
I don't want to say what anything is or isn't going to be because apparently Nintendo just smacks us in the face and says no.
So I'm interested to see what they could do with it. I mean, one of these things should, like Dragon Drive. Honestly, the Welcome Tour thing, whatever, $10. Just don't buy it if you don't want it, right? But the Dragon Drive thing, that seems
But
more
Johnny
like
Evo's going to buy it.
yeah, I will, but it's not like not everybody's gonna buy it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if you and they give you the option to not buy it, I feel like
That's with anything.
I feel
That's
like
with literally anything.
the Dragon Drive game feels more like a tech demo than anything, like than a separate game. So that one would have made more sense to be a pack-in title than
Yeah, that one should be part of the NSO. Like if you have the Nintendo Switch Online pack, like just put it there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just don't think that they get value out of including things because they're not. We haven't got a pack in. We got on the Wii U and the Wii.
Reggie was trolling Nintendo. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, the Welcome Tour. He was trolling about the Welcome Tour.
Yeah, because he then shared a video of him talking about how he got Iwata to pack in Wii Sports.
I wonder if instead of reducing the price of something, they include hey, if you buy the Nintendo Switch 2 within the first 6 months, you get Welcome Tour for free, or you get Dragon Drive for free, or something like that. Yeah. Like instead of, because that's what they used to do, like back in the Wii U days when you would buy a game, say you bought like Wind Waker HD, you would get another game for free. Like I think I got like Pikmin 3 for free because I bought a different game.
And it rhymed.
So I wonder if they'll do something like that as opposed to lowering the price.
Yeah. If the rumors are true, we have seen that like to pre-order a console, you have to have so many hours played on Nintendo Switch.
For the Nintendo Online specific one.
Correct.
Yeah.
if they do go that route, it does make me wonder how much like they would be rewarding players for other different kind of things like that. Like if you did play, um, I don't know, if you have a certain amount of hours on Nintendo Switch Online, then here's Dragon Drive. They wouldn't do something like that because then they're just losing value on it. Or maybe, I don't know, are they making up that money from people that have a subscription? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the they added value to the expansion pack for the Nintendo Switch 2 by adding GameCube and the Breath of Wild and Tears of the Kingdom upgrade packs. But I don't know. I just feel like the Welcome Tour and the Dragon Drive, like they're not they're not like main titles that anybody's gonna buy the system for. So why not just include it with something like either NSO or just a pack-in title?
Mm-hmm.
The Dragon Drive with NSO would have been smart because that like you need NSO to play that game.
Yeah, I mean, apparently we don't know everything that's going to be in that game. They said that they're going to talk more about it in the future. So maybe there's more that's going to surprise us, but I feel like we've seen what it is going to be.
Yeah. I think they saw the feedback and they're like, "Oh no."
Yeah, man, it's got to be rough to see all of this feedback. Again, like they either are just laughing at us because they know they're going to make their money, or they're in panic mode right now and feel
You're
like
saying
they
they're
are
no,
losing.
I won't go there.
Okay. Like that they're pushing the panic button? Is that what you're gonna
No,
say?
there's a no, I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay, all right. Anyway, um I let's talk about Donkey Kong before we like wrap this up. I think Donkey Kong looks awesome. I think that is a good way to sell a console. Like is Donkey Kong one of the biggest IPs in the sense of okay, I think I kind of dug myself into a hole because
Yeah,
Donkey
like
Kong
Donkey
is
Kong.
a huge IP. Yes. Um.
I
Oh, like
don't
Donkey
think
Kong.
Donkey
Yeah.
Kong is a system seller. They have one system seller for the Nintendo Switch 2, and it is Mario Kart. Donkey Kong is not a system seller. It's been far too long. Sorry, Joey. It's been far too long since we had a Donkey Kong game, like a 3D Donkey Kong game, that people don't really care.
Mhm.
You know what would have been a system seller? 3D Mario.
Okay. Look, man. I don't think that we have seen everything that is going to be in year one of
I hope
Switch 2.
not. I hope you're right. I hope we do see a 40th anniversary direct and they show a 3D Mario that releases this fall because that's the only like nothing else will sell the system.
It
Because
just would make sense for them to have like a summer direct, say June, a month before Donkey Kong comes out. They do a little showcase on Donkey Kong, show you more about that game, but also here's the rest of the games that are coming out this year because, like Nintendo wise, there's not a whole lot unless you're buying, I guess, the upgrade packs for certain
I mean,
games. But I don't think that's enough.
there's a lot of niche stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Niche. You have Donkey Kong, you have Metroid Prime 4, you
Hmm.
have Zelda. Was it Age of Imprisonment? Hyrule
Oh
Warriors.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You
I'm excited
have
for that. I know you're not a
Kirby
Muso
Air
guy.
Riders.
Is that this year?
Yeah, it says 25.
Okay.
And you have Pokemon, which is on
Yeah.
Switch 1, so I don't know if it
Yeah.
matters. So you have stuff. It's just not you don't have like yeah, you don't have the Marios or you don't have the Breath of the Wilds of the world. You have a Mario
Mhm.
Kart, which
You
should do well and sell
you
systems.
you have Donkey Kong that is acting as a Mario Odyssey Breath of the
But
Wild
it
game.
doesn't. Okay, like Donkey Kong looks good. It looks fun. It's gonna be fun. It is not Mario. It is not Mario. Like nothing that they showed makes me be like, oh, I'm so glad we're getting this instead of Mario. Like it looks fine, but it's not Mario platform 3D platforming levels of good. So it's not like Donkey Kong. I mean, we saw it in the 2D. The 2D games don't sell that well, so I doubt the 3D games are going to sell well. Like Tropical Freeze didn't sell that well, and who
Which
knows
is a
what.
fantastic game.
No, they're great games, right? They're great
Yeah.
games, but they're not your system sellers.
Mm.
And I wonder if I'm assuming they have something. Maybe they even have an exclusive Pokemon game.
For this year.
Yeah, like a the remake is only on Switch 2.
Oh, uh, remake of what?
Black and White. They've been teasing Black and White remakes for a while.
Did Arceus and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl come out the same year?
They came out like 3 months apart.
So no,
Like Brilliant Diamond came out in
the
November,
year
and
before.
Arceus
Yeah,
came out in January, and then
yeah.
Scarlet and Violet came out that same year. So they released three. I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I do think the Mario thing's more likely because it's the 40th anniversary.
Mhm.
I mean, Donkey Kong looks good. I watched a lot of the footage of that too. It looks fun. I don't like how they showcase their games though, because they're like, oh yeah, go down this hole, but we can't show you what's in there.
Well, yeah. Why would you want them to?
But why even go there?
For that reason, the FOMO of it.
just just show me something. Like they showed a lot of the destruction. We don't know what the bananas are for. We don't know what the gold is for.
We don't know if there is a secret character that is rumored right now. I don't want to like spoil anything, but I'm sure if you're
It's on a
online, you've
picture
seen.
though.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't think that was supposed to get out.
Also, like, who cares about Donkey Kong lore? A lot of people are like, "Huh, this is a prequel, but how could it be a prequel? Because Cranky Kong's there." It's like, who cares?
I
Nobody
care.
cares about
I care.
Donkey Kong lore.
I think it's fun. It's
There
either
was
that there's a direction that they're going with it that like, oh, well, that makes sense. I didn't think about it. Maybe it's time travel, whatever. Or they're just retconning Donkey Kong, which I think would piss some Donkey Kong fans off. But
all five of them.
yeah, and we know them.
When I saw that, I'm like, who cares? Donkey Kong lore? Who cares? There were some conversations I think while we were on break about Metroid Prime 4. I didn't know this, but Metroid. What did they say? Metroid Prime. The Metroid Prime series is like in between Metroid 2. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. Are you excited for that game?
Metroid Prime 4. I am.
Yes, I am too.
I don't know if it's gonna feel dated, but I am excited for it.
Well, because I asked you because I know you're not a fan of the like first person scanner.
I don't like the scanning part. The scanning part's the worst part. It's so boring.
It's not like you. Well, I guess you do have to do it in some parts. So
You have to
yeah,
do it.
yeah, you have to do it.
It's just boring. Hold on. I found it. Hold on. Here it is.
We're all holding.
I will find this.
You said you found it.
Uh, hold
You
on.
didn't. So,
I mean, it's around this area.
do you like that Samus can use the Force?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that game's gonna be amazing.
I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's very sad that enough people aren't going to give it a chance because it's a Metroid game.
Apparently, okay, so the Metroid Prime series is all in between Metroid 1 and 2. So, like, people in the Flea in the Discord was talking about how they don't like how Samus somehow had all of these abilities in between 1 and 2. And it's like, that's why you don't care about lore. That's why you don't care about that stuff. You're gonna
Hmm.
you ruin it for yourself. Just who cares, man? Just enjoy being a Jedi. Enjoy being a Jedi bounty hunter. The just the graphics and how that game looks is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The I think I ordered like a Samus statue.
I believe it.
I don't remember and I don't know when it is coming and I don't know how much it costs.
He's also not sure if it's actually real. It's
It's
just
real.
something he found on Wish.
All right, so I've been very negative this episode.
I don't know if we've been negative as much as just you've been negative or we have been.
This whole episode has been negative. I do want to say, like, I think it's
Disagree.
okay. I think it's okay to just be excited for the Switch 2 and like
Yeah.
without all the caveats. Like, you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Switch 2, but the price."
Uh-huh.
Like, just be excited if you're excited. Be
Sure.
excited for the game. I'm excited for the games. I don't really care about the system itself. Like, I'm glad we're getting a more powerful Switch, but as long as it runs the games well, the Nintendo games in particular, then yeah, I'll be happy. Like, being able to play a new Mario Kart after 10 years is phenomenal. Being able to play a new Metroid Prime after how many years is awesome. A new Donkey Kong game. There's an exclusive From Software game. Like, who saw that coming?
Hades 2.
Hades 2 is going to be console exclusive. Silk Song might actually release, maybe.
Maybe.
Welcome Tour is going to be game of the year.
Oh boy.
Age of Hyrule Warriors might run at more than 10 FPS. So that's nice.
Yeah.
I'll still be bored of that game after 10 minutes, but you know,
Oh, that game is fun, man.
it's boring. Boring. Oh, I am excited for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in 4K 60 FPS. Apparently, it looks a lot better like when you actually play it as opposed to YouTube, which, you know, compresses everything. So I'm excited for that. And then since it's included in the expansion pack, I don't have to pay anything extra. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Apparently, you're supposed to get an extra save file too. Is that?
That's what I think they said in the direct. Yeah.
That's nice because I want to have my save file from the Switch 1, and then if I want to play a new game, I can do that.
GameCube games.
GameCube games are going to be cool. We only get like 3 at launch, but you know.
Those are pretty big games, though.
Soul Calibur? Dude, I'm surprised they had Soul Calibur on there. That's pretty cool.
I know. And then when they showed Link, I was like, oh man, this is for Johnny.
I bought, I don't know, when I was buying GameCube games, I bought Soul Calibur. That's a fantastic. If you guys haven't played
that was
Soul
like your
Calibur,
childhood game. Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't played Soul Calibur, Soul Calibur 2 is super fun. Like, you play as Link. What's the other F-Zero GX? Right? I think that's the other one.
Wind Waker.
Oh,
Twilight
and
Princess.
Strikers.
Or did they say Twilight Princess?
No, it was Wind Waker,
Just Wind Waker.
Soul Calibur, F-Zero, and I think Mario Strikers. I think maybe that wasn't at launch.
Yeah, I mean Kirby Air Ride will be there eventually if Air Riders.
The Pokemon games are gonna be there. Gale of Darkness and Coliseum.
Yeah,
I didn't. They had like
the whole list.
the little screen,
Yeah,
the B-roll, I guess. Hold on, I can see
I
it.
think for me personally, I think I am excited, and I'm not trying to have like a caveat, but I think I just have had my expectations set for a while now on what a Switch 2 is going to be, because it's not this whole new system, it's not this new design. Like, we already knew that they wanted to do something pretty close to what the Switch 2 was, because the Switch worked. And so if you're excited about a new Switch, then this will be great. But if you were expecting them to like reinvent the wheel, that's just not going to happen this console generation.
I honestly I didn't want them to.
Yeah.
I think the Switch is a perfect innovation.
Mhm.
Like them making a hybrid console, I think is perfect. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they just made a more powerful one. Now, in 10 years, when I'm 50 years old, like, am I going to be like, give me another Switch 3, or am I going to want something new?
Mhm.
Who knows? But I don't know. I'm excited for it. It's hard to be excited. It's hard to say that you're excited for it. These people get all mad at you. They call you a shill and a bootlegger. And it's like, man, I just want to play Mario Kart.
Mhm.
I just want to play Donkey Kong. I just want to play Metroid. So I don't know. I'm excited. Sucks that the messaging has been terrible. Hopefully, maybe they could, if they like change the price, I think it would change the narrative so much,
Yeah.
and I hope they do.
They could
I
bring
also
Nintendo Power Magazine back. Just put that in the Nintendo Switch app. I
so
guess they're
now
doing that with Nintendo today, a very poorly version of it,
you get a
but
photo a day.
they're nice.
I
Get some
actually
lore every
I
once in a
could
while.
show these now. If you're watching the
It,
video, I know you're late. I know this is late, but this is a Nintendo Switch 2 case.
uh-huh.
Oh, wrong one. And the sides fold back for the Joy-Con as
Uh-huh.
opposed to out.
Yep.
So I got two of them.
That's pretty cool. Kind of crazy that you have those before the
I
actual
know.
console.
I actually had these for like 2 months. I think I got
Yeah.
them back in like February, January. I was told I couldn't show them yet until the actual system was shown. So now it's unveiled. I just want to pre-order.
I know. So
Just
when do you, I guess just to wrap it up, when do you think that's going to happen?
I'm hoping this week after the direct.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm kind of hoping for this week, but now I'm nervous that they're just going to push it back like a month.
Well,
I
there was
think
that
that,
rumor. I mean, this is just for the Nintendo Online store. It was a rumor that they were going to start sending out invites on May 8th
oh, invites to
to
pre-order?
pre-order. Yeah, and that's a long way. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is I get a pre-order, right? I don't want to have to deal with scalpers.
Hmm.
Like
I think we had a whole episode about that recently.
hey, I'm better than scalpers though, man. I'm so much better than scalpers. I've been getting, I still been collecting Pokemon cards, and I've been getting the sets for MSRP that people have been scalping.
Mhm.
I'm better.
Well, anyway, let us know your thoughts on Switch 2. If you think that the messaging has been off, if the hype died down, did Nintendo kill the hype? Are you still excited for it? Let us know what you're looking forward to. Johnny, where can people find you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, I think I am coming back to Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and the Nintendo Powercast, which we also had an episode
We did.
where you could hear a little bit more of our thoughts.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky. I'm trying to come back to those. I've had to take a break because the internet is not great right now. And honestly, kind of what Johnny was saying, if you're excited for something, just be excited. You don't have to let other people. I work with younger people, and one of them said, "Don't yuck my yum," which just means let me be excited about the thing I am excited for. Don't yuck on it. This is my yum.